this man is doing something illegal. He's not a member of the executive branch. He hasn't been confirmed by anyone. He's doing all this just because he's the richest man in the world. He can do it, and he made a deal with Trump. This is all it is.
And he doesn't want his industries regulated.
Yeah, and
he has a stake in the FAA regulating private corporations on your
Makes
behalf.
sense.
He's trying to go to Mars.
What's that?
I'm sure he's trying to go to Mars. That's his end
Oh yeah,
goal.
well let him go to fucking Mars on his own dime.
Yeah.
Like
Alright.
he has billions of dollars.
Yeah.
He doesn't need American money to go anywhere to do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to do all this. He's doing it just because it's fun. He's hurting this woman because it's fun. He's hurting these other people because it's fun. He'll get around to me when he's done with all these other people. And then he'll move on to someone
Or
else.
your grandparents
And you
who
think it's
are
all- you
collecting
think it's
Medicare.
Okay. You think it's okay.
You know, you have unelected people.
No, he's unelected.
Yeah, I know Elon Musk, but I was saying you have people like the World Economic Forum, George Soros, Bill Gates. You have all these other people that also call the shots. You know, and you have all the people that give money to lobbyists in Congress, and then that's. I'm saying that there are a lot of unelected people that control your everyday life.
Everyone supports getting money out of government, but this is not the way to go about it. None of this legislation
putting
is
money
like that. Exactly. It's confusing
Can I tell you something else? 'Cause you said something earlier about USAID. You said, well, they have their own countries, right?
Yeah,
That's true. But let me tell you something, because
Sure.
USAID has contracts with American farmers in the heartland, right? Real America.
Okay.
And they have contracts to buy grain from American farmers to then use as aid overseas for kids who are starving. So this is an arrangement that benefits a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It benefits the farmer, it benefits the people who are receiving the aid,
Yeah.
it benefits the people who are doing the work of distributing this aid. That's all gone. There are farmers now suffering too, right? In Trump's America and the heartland, because their contracts have been reneged on. Okay, so there's a lot going on here that I don't think really people realize.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of bad things happening, and people realize that when it happens to them. But like you said before, like he's coming for everyone. Like it's not like we're just the first ones to go, right? So this USAID, we're all radical lunatics and we're focused more on people in other countries than this country. It's just not true. There's there's relationships and deals that benefit a lot of people here too.
And these are middle-class Americans. No one working for the federal government is getting rich. Our salaries are public. We do not make a lot of money.
What about like other things where they try to do medical testing on humans?
But can I
in
say
poor
something?
countries?
You're doing this like,
You know?
what about this? What about this? Can
Yeah.
you address like how do you feel about these
All right.
contracts with American
We live in
farmers?
America, right? That's it. We live in America. We got to worry about our own problems.
No, but I'm saying, how do you feel about the American
Those
farmers?
problems, those
What
problems
farmers?
become-
What farmers?
Contracts.
What the heck?
I'm
those
telling you right
problems
now.
become our problem.
Who?
No, so there are contracts, you can read about it, with American farmers who grow grain here in America
Okay.
that have contracts with USAID.
Sure.
So USAID buys the grain from the farmers
Okay.
and then gives it overseas. So the farmers are benefiting from this, right?
Okay.
So because USAID has been
Yeah.
dismantled.
But
this
why
grain
are
is-
we giving away free grain overseas? Why can't the other countries just buy it at us at a subsidized cost? Why can't we just sell it to them at a rock bottom price?
My man, we are like the richest country in the world. You don't think we have an obligation to help?
I think what you're saying, like you're saying, like, okay,
Other people could take advantage of us?
Ideally, this is what would happen.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's not what's happened. That's not the scenario. That's not the contract that was agreed upon.
Yeah.
This is something that the grain is now like sitting in ports, like expiring and not actually feeding hungry people.
Okay.
And these farmers are like losing out on the money that was promised to them.
Yeah.
Like, do you have anything to say about those farmers and the contract they signed that's now being reneged on?
Do you think those actions are justified?
So
American farmers.
American farmers had a contract with the American government where
Yep.
they got a deal where the American government paid the money for the grain, so then the American government
No, the
could give
American government said, we will pay you money for this grain.
Yeah.
And then they said, never mind.
it. Okay.
We're done paying our bills.
All right. Well, here's the thing, right? Why are we giving them the grain in the first place? Just because of the kindness of our hearts?
So
What
they don't
about the
starve.
American
It's
farmers?
called soft power. It's called American soft power. Which
We're going to
was
step out of these countries and China's going to step in. We're about to lose our status in a huge way. They're already buying up land all over Africa. They're
Yes.
giving them loans.
Yes. Yeah,
So
that's
John
the
F. Kennedy
problem.
created
Tell
So
us.
you think giving money to these countries is going to do anything?
It
No.
does.
It does actually.
It
It's called
actively
soft
does.
China
power.
is already
Tell us about
has their
soft power.
influence all
So-
around the
Yeah,
United
so-
if we
I want to
pull out,
learn
they will have
about
all
soft
of it.
power.
Do you know how failed states work? Do you know how terrorism works? Are you
Tell
afraid
us.
of terrorists?
Yeah, because I feel like if we do all this tragedy around the world, then what's to say we're not going to get missiles over here?
So yeah, when people aren't fed, when people can't get food, people become under the hands of warlords. They decide that we're all the cause of all of our problems, all of their problems.
We're going to get going,
Roots
guys.
of terrorism.
Yeah.
We're talking about like what creates terrorism.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Leaving all the
people are
billions of
fed by
dollars
the
in
United
military
States,
equipment in
they don't
Afghanistan
have-
and now having the Taliban take over Afghanistan, that's terrorism.
Dude,
Letting
they live
Iran
there. They live in Afghanistan.
Yeah, and the Taliban took over.
The U.S.
Wait, where can we get
the
some
US
resources
Army
to
cannot stay there
learn
for
more
100
about
years.
this?
Yeah,
They
well,
live
Well,
there.
I would
yeah,
tell
we
you
should
to
have
go
taken
on
the stuff out
USA.gov,
before we
but,
handed all
Elon
our
Musk shut the
military
website
equipment
down,
over
so-
to the terrorist organization.
Sure,
free.
like a lot of people
Google's
would agree
free.
with you on that topic,
Yeah.
right?
It really
But
is.
alas, that's not what we're talking about here. Think about what you were saying when you were saying draining the swamp. Think about what that means.
Just
Those are Americans, those are veterans, those are
You don't
people
have
that
Senate
work for
votes.
you.
You don't cut off anyone's penis that's under the age of 18. You can do whatever you want once you're 18, but you don't mess with kids. You don't mess with
What the
women.
fuck are you talking about?
wait.
Fetuses.
Wait,
That's
can
what
I
you
just
guys
say
are
one
doing.
thing?
You guys want
Wait,
to
can I
cut
just
off
tell you?
dicks.
Can I just tell you one thing, please?
Retard.
The Nazis.
Way to change-
The
way to
Nazis
change-
started by killing children.
That's what Democrats are doing with abortion.
The Nazis started their fascist regime by killing children, and by dismantling USAID, that's exactly what's happening.
And that's
it's
what
Nazi.
you guys are doing. Yeah.
It's Nazi.
Democrats are Nazis. Think about it.
Getting rid of USAID is Nazi. It's exactly what the Nazis would do. Do you understand that?
I don't think
Just-
Nazis were going to other countries and handing out food and taking care of starving people. I think the Nazis are the
The
opposite.
Nazis said we have to take care of ourselves, right? That's what the Nazis said. And maybe they're going to come after people with glasses next. Right? Because first they started killing children with disabilities. No, we don't need to throw eggs. Because we're all people. I'm sorry. I don't think you deserve that. I don't think you deserve that.
We got to get going.
Okay, bye.
Democrats are the real Nazis.